Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance, episode 14 of Guess the Trade, but first let's jump back and talk about episode 13. We looked at 3 loadouts. What was their trade? What was it that they did with their tools? The first one we looked at was B. McAlpin. He had a tough-built tote with lots of nice tools inside of it, lots of different things that we looked at. What was it that he did with those? Well, he never answered in the comment section, but in his email to me along with those pictures, he said that he was a wildland firefighter in Florida, but that's not necessarily what he does with those tools. Him and another ranger basically do all the maintenance of their buildings. So that's what he uses that tote for, is he is a maintenance person as far as also a firefighter. That's the sergeant part, but that's what he does with those tools. The second one that we looked at was Dan Begin. He had the Milwaukee Packout backpack along with that slim profile organizer. Again, several nice tools that he had as well. What did he do with those tools? He said that he is a solo maintenance supervisor for a 64 unit apartment complex in Colorado. And again, I don't think he answered that in the comment section. That was an answer in the email to me as well. I think he did make some comments on some and answered some questions, but I never saw him specifically say what he did in the comment section. But that's what he is. So he's apartment maintenance, if you guessed that. And the last one that we looked at was Ben Parks. He had that Velocity bag with a lot of nice tools within that as well. It was a really nice looking bag. He said that he is an electrical HVAC engineer. I believe he said he was a third-year apprentice. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he said he also does mostly commercial and industrial work, but he did make mention in the comment section that he does not drive a transit van. So Rob Holland's somewhere eating his own boot. That you'd have to watch the live premiere and get in the chat to understand what that is. So that's the 3 that we looked at in episode 13. Now we're going to look at 3 more in episode 14. We've got DayZ, Quaz Plays 120, and then also Roberto Dominguez. So 3 different people we're going to look at, see if we can guess what it is that they do. We got some Vito bags today. We've also got a Crescent tote, several tools that we're going to look at and see if we can guess what they do. But the first one we're going to look at is DayZ. Only a couple pictures, but he's got a Crescent tote. I don't think I've seen one of these before. And then he's also got a Milwaukee Packout, but I don't think he shows us what's in that Packout because, again, we've only got 2 pictures. But let's go ahead and jump in and look at his tools. So again, here's the outside of his bag. It's a Crescent tote, very Vito-esque of like the OTMCs. I haven't seen this tote in person. I did see some of these tool bags a while back, and I felt like they looked like they was pretty good for the price. They looked like they was pretty nice looking tool bags, or at least had good setups within them. It looks like it has like a hard pipe handle of some kind. But here's the outside of his bag. He's going to show us what's on the inside here in a minute, so we won't spend a lot of time looking at the tools, but it looks like he's got several Klein, Vera, Milwaukee tools as well in there. Some handles I can see, Empire level, Lufkin tape measure, lots of tools. But there's the outside. He's also using it on a rolling Milwaukee Packout. But now we get to his other picture, which is the blowout. Here's the tools that are within there. So he's got like a ferrule type crimper over here, a LY tool, Lie tool I guess that is, along with a Fluke non-contact voltage tester. Also has the Klein folding hex keys over here. I assume they're Klein because they're orange. I think that looks like the Klein logo down in there. Also has a Vera Zyklop ratchet set right there, along with some Maximum ratchet wrenches. And also it looks like a Crescent, small Crescent wrench is what I call it, but small adjustable wrench. And then the Klein Tools little ratcheting 1/4 inch drive thing as well, ratchet as well. That's a really nice tool. I like having that. It works well a lot of times in tight spots. He's got the Makita sockets over here. I think those are the newer ones because they've got that better etching on them as far as the sizes. So they just recently came out with some newer ones that got better writing on them. Looks like he's got a knife sharpener there as well. Also a ratcheting cutter for big wires. Let's see what this is here. I'm not sure what this tool right here is used for. Anybody knows what that big red tool is used for, let me know that in the comments below, or also DayZ, you let me know as well. He's got some pliers wrenches, looks like 250, so 10-inch pliers wrench, 10-inch Cobra. Over here he's got some Tecton adjustable or tongue and groove pliers as well. And then he's got the big boy Knipex. I don't know what size that is, because if this over here is a 10-inch, that looks like to me that's bigger than 12. So maybe is the next size up from 12 a 16 maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure what size that is, but that's a pretty good size one right there. So that gives you an idea of, You know, he's using a big ratcheting cable cutter. He's also got pretty decent sized pliers, or tongue and groove pliers, Knipex Cobras. Also looks like he's got maybe some pipe dope aftermath on there, possibly, or Teflon tape or something. That might help you in your guess. Also down here, he's got some shears, some metal shears. He's also got a Sonata pair of cutters, Milwaukee crimpers right there, Knipex knife, dismantling type knife, pair of Knipex lineman pliers. He's got some insulated Weehaw diagonals, and then also needle nose, pair of Knipex forged wire strippers, Milwaukee knife right there, also a Clever cutter, looks like it's the brand on that cutter right there. This Milwaukee light right here, I used to have that one. I really liked it, but I kind of got away from it just because I found smaller lights that kind of do just as well. But that's a pretty decent light right there. A Crescent 16-inch tape measure, the Night Eye. I really like those tape measures. I've got one of those as well. Empire Level, Linux, hacksaw. Looks like he's also got a steel fish tape, so that should tell you something as well. The Mega Pro screwdriver. A lot of people have been mentioning those to me in the last little bit. I've not had any of their screwdrivers, so I know nothing about those. The Vera insulated screwdriver right there with, it looks like maybe a square head on that, but as far as the blade that he has in it, but that one takes different blades. He's also got the Vera 932 demolition style or slotted screwdriver. I think that's the kind with the tang through. He's got a lighter back there. Also has a Klein handle with a conduit reamer in it. He told me in his email that that's kind of, he got that from watching my videos, that he uses that handle and puts all sorts of things in it, but he uses it for his conduit reamer as well. Lots of different, got the Klein stubby down there, a thermostat screwdriver, along with a small slotted ink saw. Looks like a Lyra pencil, maybe Lyra. I'm not seeing that one either. And then he's got several flip sockets there, different ones, different lengths. And then the pair of Knipex flush cuts, along with a pair of Milwaukee shears. And then also over here an OEM Tools magnetic pickup tool. I don't think I've missed anything in there. So take a last look at those again. We've only got 2 pictures, but lots of tools fitting in that Crescent tote. Take a last look at those, see what you think, and then guess what it is you think DayZ does with these tools. I'm kind of leaning towards electrical for sure, just because of the fish tape, the crimper. He's got insulated tools, wire strippers, the ratcheting cable cutter, all the things that I'm seeing, conduit reamer, you know, all those things are pointing me towards electrician. I'm going to say more not in the residential field. I'm going to say more in that commercial industrial field. That's going to be my guess. Again, I get to guess on all 3 of these. I don't think any of them told me what it was that they did. So that's going to be my guess within this. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think that DayZ does with these tools. Also, I'm interested in that red tool. I don't know, maybe that's for something bigger electrical that I've not ever seen before. That's something, it might be something that's obvious to all of you. I've never seen whatever it is, or maybe I've never seen it in that position to know what it is. So if you know what that is, let me know that in the comments below as well. So again, that's loadout number 1. So if you've got any questions for DayZ, drop them down below and guess what it is you think he does with those tools. But now let's get into loadout number 2, which is Quaz Plays 420. I think I might have said 120 in the intro, but it's actually 420. He's got a Vito Pro Pack Tech Pack. That's the tools that we're going to look at. He's got a little video at the beginning that also shows, I think it's a wrencher, I'm not real sure. But he's got some tools down in that. We don't see those in the loadout, but we'll go ahead and check that out as well. But let's check out his tools. So getting into his pictures, he's got a video at the start showing his wrencher bag here at the very beginning. We're not going to see the tools that are in that, I don't think, but we're going to see the ones in his Pro Pack. So I'm going to hit play on this so you can see. So again, here's his wrencher bag. It's got a drain auger that you attach to your drill, along with a really big pipe wrench over there on the side. Several other, you know, there's looks like a, you know, basin style wrench. And then here he is opening up his Pro Pack Tech Pack. So we're going to see the tools that are in that. So we'll go ahead and get into the next picture, which is his bag itself. So again, here is the setup of his bag. I think he said he got this during the promotion, so it's a fairly new bag. I'm not sure that he's done loading it out anyways. And I think this is the only side that maybe he has some tools in, because these are the only tools that we're going to see. So he's got a tape measure on the side, Several writing utensils on the side, and then the inside is basically his tools. Vera Knipex, I can see several of those down in there. A rigid tool as well. Looks like maybe possibly a torch head right there. So check out his setup. And again, he's working on his setup. I think he said that in his email. And here's they are pulled out of the bag. So this is all stuff that it looks like to me was in that one side. So maybe he's not using the back side because that's his backpack side. Maybe that's harder to get in and out of, so he doesn't use that. So here's those. He's got it zoomed in a little bit closer on the next picture, so we'll actually look at them there. So just getting an idea. This is his last picture of his blowout. So here up at the top, we've got a pipe cutter, and then he's got the M12 tubing cutter as well. I really like that M12 copper cutter for copper pipes anyways. I've used it on EMT, certain EMTs it will cut and certain ones it won't. But for copper pipe, that thing is phenomenal to stick in places. You're cutting out like a faucet, an outside faucet that's busted because it froze or whatever. You just need to stick something up in there and cut it. That thing works great. I really like it. So I can't say enough about that. I think they're coming out with a new version. I just saw a video that does bigger pipes anyway, so that's something that's coming out soon. So he's got that. He's also got the M18 impact over here. Also has rigid as far as for cleaning off the pipes, deburring pipes, things like that. Also Milwaukee charger, some Joker wrenches over here. Looks like a 16 to 13 millimeter, and then also a 7/16, and then maybe, I can't tell what the other side is on his wrench. That looks like a 10 on the bottom or something, but I'm not sure. I can tell this one's 7/16. He also has Knipex pliers wrenches. Looks like a 250 and a 180. 3 sets of Cobras. The middle one's a 250, so that's probably a 180, 250, and then also whatever the 12-inch size, 300, whatever that size is. Over here to this side, he's got a pair of snips, also a Pica 3030, a white and yellow marker. That is a 16-foot Milwaukee tape measure. I believe I saw that in the last picture. Won't let me scroll back. Yeah, so 16-foot tape measure along with a black Sharpie up there as well. Getting back to the zoomed in picture, he has 2 Stabilo levels. He's got that small Pocket Pro magnetic along with the torpedo. You can't really beat Stabilo levels in my opinion. I've got several of them, and they've gotten to the point where that's basically all I buy unless there is a level out there that does something specific that I need it to do. And the Stabilo digital levels have been by far the best levels I've ever bought in my entire life. I can't say enough about those. But so he's got 2 Stabilo levels. Also has a rigid T-handle there. I'm not real sure what that's for. I don't know if it's for valve seats or what that's for in particular. It looks like it's a specialized tool of some kind. Also a pipe reamer. He also has Vera SAE and metric. You can see the sizes there on those now. And those must be hex and not Torx. I thought they were possibly Torx at the beginning. He does have a torch head. That was what that was down in there. Also has the Knipex twin grips and the comfort grip. 3 Vera of the hammer style, demolition style, whatever it is you call those screwdrivers, however you call them, strike through. PB Swiss stubby. A lot of people have recommended that stubby to me as well. And then a Vera bit holding screwdriver, small tubing cutter, several Milwaukee adapters, and then that rigid faucet wrench that does several things to work on plumbing. So I believe this is the last picture. It is. So that's Quaz Plays 420's tools. Check those out one last time. There they are, all laid out there. Guess what it is that you think he does with those? I'm interested in the T-handle. What is the specific job that is for? It's pretty obvious to me with his wrencher bag and with all the tools that I'm seeing that he is a plumber, in my opinion. So that's going to be my guess for Quaz Plays. But you guess down below what it is you think. Or if you've got questions for him, make sure and drop down a comment down below. Hopefully he'll give us those answers. But that's loadout number 2. Now let's get into the last loadout of the day, which is Roberto Dominguez. He's got a Vito Pro XXL-F. And he told me that this bag weighs 47.5 pounds. So it's quite a heavy bag, quite a big bag. But let's go ahead and check out his tools and see if we can guess what he does. So again, looking at the outside of his bag, a Vito XXL-F. I don't know what the -F means. I don't know if that's the only version of this bag or if that's something specific. But here's the outside. We'll scroll through looking at the sides. So there on this side, he's got a fastback, a Pica 3030, and a 16-inch Fat Max. We go over to his other side. He's got that chalk shot along with the blue ink Zal, black Sharpie, railer bit rails, and then also some bit holders, some black electric tape here on this side. And he's got these tools, I believe, pulled out, so we'll check them out more in depth. He's got the Milwaukee Impact with a drill pin on it from, let's see, Spider Tool Holster. Also has a Tajima chalk box over there. That's the same chalk box that I have. Klein Tools bag. Looks like a hammer down in there, along with a Vito pouch of some other kind, unless that might be part of the bag. It could possibly be. This side's all the tools. So this is kind of a nice bag. It's got hand tools one side, then kind of just a bigger spot on the other. I hadn't seen one of these in person either. He's got the Vessel tang throughs over here, the Impact 11-in-1, several different Knipex pliers, some Barras. A lot of the tools I'm seeing are tools that I really like. He's got the channel lock, looks like adjustable wrench down in there as well. So a lot of the tools that I carry in my bag, he's got the same kind of tools. We go to the next picture. So here's the side of that bag with the Impact in it. So he's carrying the M12 there with the drill pin in it, which that looks like it's possibly, maybe that's the newer M12, because I couldn't fit the M12. I couldn't fit the drill pin in my Milwaukee Surge because I couldn't find a screw that worked. Or maybe you found a screw that possibly worked with yours. So I'm interested, Roberto, what gen model is your Impact and how you got that drill pin in it? If it's the Spider drill pin, did you find a special screw? And if you could tell me what that screw is, I'm pretty interested, because I really like the drill pin. I like the Noster as well, but I almost like the drill pins more. So I'm interested in that. So he's also got an Empire speed square over there. He's got a stiletto hammer. I believe it's a stiletto. Looks like it anyways. A claw, pry bar, a small hacksaw, a really long extension, some DeWalt chisels, Milwaukee demolition driver, a painter's tool, snip. He's got the O-Light O-Clip, really good light for your bag, WD-40, and then some red chalk for his Tajima chalk line, which is right there. I can't remember what the part number is on that. It seems like it's CR29 or something like that, but I really like that chalk line. And then he's got, again, a Klein bag. So that apparently that one Vito thing we saw earlier, that's part of that bag up in there. So there's that side of his bag. Here's some other things that were down in that, or here's what's inside that Klein Tools bag, I guess. So he's got a digital angle finder, some M12 tools, a Coast headlamp, also the Klein breaker finder, ET, I think it's the ET315 if I remember right, or something like that. But by far the best breaker finder that I've ever used, as far as I don't get as many false readings with that one as I have with others. So if you're in the market for one, that's the one I would for sure buy. Really good with that one. He's got all the pieces that you need to help plug that into other things to be able to find the breaker as well. Klein non-contact voltage tester, Bosch laser distance measure. Skipping on over, here's all the hand tools in that side. Again, Pika 3030, 16-inch Fat Max. We saw that in the side of his bag. He's got the Impact 11-in-1, Klein insulated flip. Also, thermostat screwdriver from Klein. Looks like probably the either 14-in-1 adjustable there, along with the 11-in-1. My two favorite screwdrivers by far at the moment is the Vessel tang throughs with the ceramic ball. Also has torpedo level, right angle adapter, ratcheting Barra screwdriver, another Vessel, the Knipex cobalt cutters, along with some diagonals there, and then the forged wire strippers. Down here, he's got the twin grips, needle nose. He's got the metric set of Vera hex keys, along with a pair of vice grip. That's what I call them. I'm not sure if that's the vice grip brand or not, but that's what I call all those. Looks like an Olfa style knife, some punches, the Purdy folding scraper, or folding pater tool, and then also a scraper, another punch of some kind, also a Klein stubby, the folding jab saw, couple Husky scrapers or putty knives, a stiff and a flexible. Again, here's that crescent adjustable wrench with the slim profile head. I really like that one. It works great. I'm not sure if that's what brand those strippers there are. Also a Craftsman magnetic parts tray. That's the pop-up kind. He's got a Tool Check Plus with the metric as well. Let's see down here. The meter is a Fluke. I can't tell the number on that one for sure, Not real sure on that. He's got the Swanson stud finder, Knipex shears. We get over into these other Knipex pliers. He's got a, looks like probably a 250, maybe a 300 pliers wrench, but I think those are 10-inch pliers wrench, 10-inch Cobra. Also a pair of Lyman's pliers, and then a smaller pair of pliers wrench. So I believe, yeah, that's the last picture there. So there's the bulk of his tools. Let me go back to this one first. So that's the one side with his power tools, hammer, you know, chisels, all those things. Here's what's inside that Klein Tools pouch in that side right there. And then here's the bulk of his tools. So take one last look at those. Just check them out. See if you've got any questions behind that. I'm interested in how you've got the spider pin on your impact, if it's the older style impact, because again, that takes a smaller screw. It's got a smaller screw belt clip. So if that's the case, let me know what you did to achieve that. I'm interested in that myself. If I had to guess, I'm going to say in the maintenance realm of some kind, whether you want to call it maintenance, handyman, just a general contractor type person who goes around and takes care of punch list type stuff, all those things, but does a multitude of things. There's a lot of different tools in there to me that will let you do plumbing, electrical, just anything that you're going to run into. You've even got some chisels and things like that for carpentry type stuff. So to me, that's what it's appearing like to me. That's going to be my guess behind that. But again, let me know what you think Roberto does with his tools in the comments. But make sure and do that for all three of these. So check out Daisy, Quiet's Place 420, and then also Roberto's Loadouts. See what you think they do in the comments below. Make sure and make that guess. Ask them any questions you need to. Again, hope this video was useful, helpful, interesting, whatever it might be. But as always, stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you on the next video.